You didn't choose this role. No one sat you down and said, from now on, you're responsible for everyone's feelings. It just happened. One day, you were just a kid, and the next, you were reading the room before you even walked through the door, checking faces, adjusting your mood to match theirs, making yourself smaller or funnier or calmer, whatever the house needed that day. And somewhere along the way, you stopped asking how you were doing. Because honestly, who was going to answer? Maybe it looked like this. Your mom comes home from work and you can tell before she says a single word that something is wrong. So you don't bring up the thing that hurt you today. You don't mention that you're struggling. Instead, you ask about her. You listen, you comfort, you say the right thing. And she feels better, and you feel nothing. Or everything. You're not even sure anymore. Maybe it was your dad venting about his marriage to you, his child, downloading his pain into you like you were a journal with legs. Or maybe it was the constant tension between your parents that nobody named out loud, so you became the bridge, the peacekeeper, the one who kept the house from falling apart. You learned to feel other people's emotions before your own, and you became very, very good at it. There's a term for this. Psychologists call it being parentified, but forget the term. What it really means is this. You were handed adult emotional weight before you had adult emotional tools. Your nervous system learned that love was conditional on your usefulness, that you had to earn your place in the family, not through grades or chores, but through emotional labor. You became the one who absorbed the chaos so others could feel peace. And the cruelest part, you probably weren't even thanked for it, because no one saw it as a sacrifice. They saw it as just who you are, the mature one, the wise one, the one who always knows what to say. They mistook your wound for a gift. Here's what that does to a person. It teaches you that your emotions are less important than other people's, that when you're hurting, you should figure it out quietly so you don't burden anyone. It makes you an exceptional listener and a terrible receiver. You know how to hold space for everyone else's pain, but when someone tries to hold space for yours, something in you resists. You deflect. You say, "I'm fine." You minimize, because some deep part of you believes that your emotional needs are inconvenient, that your feelings are too much, that you are too much. That belief didn't come from nowhere. Someone taught it to you, slowly, unintentionally, but undeniably. Think about your closest relationships right now. Who comes to you first when something goes wrong? Who calls you when they're falling apart? Who assumes without even asking that you can handle it? Now ask yourself, when was the last time you called someone and said, "I'm not okay, I need you right now"? Take a moment with that. Because if the answer is hard to find or feels almost impossible to imagine, that's not strength. That's a survival pattern so deeply wired into you that it feels like personality. But it isn't who you are. It's what you learned to become. And here's the twist that might be hard to hear. You may have spent years proud of this, being the reliable one, the emotionally intelligent one, the one everyone leans on. It feels like identity. It feels like purpose. But quietly, underneath it, there's exhaustion and loneliness, a specific kind of loneliness that's almost impossible to explain because you're never actually alone. You're surrounded by people who need you. And yet, you have never felt so unseen in your life because everyone sees what you do for them. No one sees what it costs you. If this is you, I want you to hear something. You were a child. You were never supposed to carry that. The stability of your household was not your responsibility. Your parents' emotions were not yours to manage. The tension in those rooms was not yours to dissolve. You did it because you loved them and because some part of you believed that if you kept everyone else okay, you would somehow be okay too. But you can't therapize your way into being loved like a child, and you deserved to be loved like a child. Healing from this doesn't mean becoming cold. It doesn't mean abandoning the people you love. Your empathy is real. Your ability to understand people deeply, that is real, but it needs a boundary now. You are allowed to be someone who also gets asked about, who also falls apart sometimes, who also receives. You spent so long making sure everyone else's cup was full. It's time to ask who's been filling yours.